Q&Q V30A-003VY. Unboxing and review.
Hey everyone! Welcome back to the Frugal Watchbox channel, where affordable timepieces get the spotlight they deserve. So today we're unboxing a watch that costs less than a large pizza. Yup, you heard that right. I picked up this analog watch from Q&Q for just $11, and that includes shipping. I mean, at this price, it almost feels like Q&Q is paying me to wear it. What drew me to this model, aside from the steal of a deal price tag, is the minimalist design. It has a clean, uncluttered dial that's both stylish and readable. But here's the kicker. Check out the bold yellow hour markers from 1 to 4 o'clock. They're subtle yet sporty, like a secret highlighter party on your wrist. And yes, the second hand is yellow too, perfectly matching the vibe. It's those little touches that make this budget-friendly watch feel a bit more premium. And of course, the brand behind it gave me some peace of mind. Q&Q is actually a sister company of Citizen Watches, so even though we're in bargain territory here, we're not compromising on quality control. It's like getting Citizen DNA on a ramen budget. I'm all for that. Oh, and how could I forget the 100-meter water resistance? That's no joke. You can wash your hands, do the dishes, get caught in the rain, or even take a quick dip in the pool, and this little champ will keep ticking. That kind of durability is usually reserved for watches 3 times the price. Now, let's be clear. This is a no-frills timepiece. There's no day, no date, no Bluetooth, no moon phase complication, just good old-fashioned analog timekeeping. It tells the time, looks cool doing it, and doesn't beg for attention. It's like the introvert of the watch world. Quiet, reliable, and super low maintenance.
Unboxing.
Alright, time to unbox this beauty and see what our $11 and a dream gets us in 2025. The packaging? Let's just say it's as simple as it gets. We're talking no fuss, no frills, just the essentials. But hey, at this price point, I wasn't expecting a velvet-lined box with mood lighting. Let's cut into the package, carefully, of course. No one wants to accidentally turn an affordable analog watch into an abstract modern art piece. Well, look at that, not much bubble wrap inside. I guess Q&Q trusts the strength of this watch, or maybe they just trust our patience. Now let's cut through the inner wrapping. And hey, would you look at that? Watchbox actually made it here undamaged. That's a small miracle. Most of the time, I end up with corners that look like a hungry hamster took a bite out of them. But today, we're blessed. Inside, there's not a ton of documentation, just a lonely little warranty card. No user manual in sight, but that's okay. We can probably download it online, right after we ignore the terms and conditions like everyone else. Back to the star of the show, the watch itself. First impressions? It's a little dusty, probably from bouncing around the box with no cardboard holder to keep it secure. There's also no protective film on the crystal or the case back. So if you were expecting to peel off those satisfying stickers, sorry to disappoint. That said, the watch is in good shape. Just needs a quick wipe down. Nothing a soft cloth can't fix. Let's go ahead and remove the watch tag. Here we have the full model number, V30A-003VY. Kinda rolls off the tongue like a secret agent codename, doesn't it? And now, wow, just look at that. For a budget timepiece, this is a surprisingly nice looking watch. It's got that minimalist charm, solid build, and just enough flair to make it feel like you got away with something.
Case dimension.
Now, let's talk numbers. Because when it comes to watches, dimensions matter. And no, this isn't math class. You won't need a calculator, just your eyeballs and maybe your wrists. First up, the case size. This watch comes in at 43 millimeters, which is a sweet spot for most wrists. Not too big, not too small. It's like the Goldilocks of affordable analog watches. Whether you're dressing up or going casual, it's got enough wrist presence without shouting for attention. Next, we've got a lug-to-lug distance of 49 millimeters. That gives it a good horizontal spread without feeling like you're wearing a wall clock. It's surprisingly well proportioned for a budget sports watch. The thickness is about 12 millimeters, which is relatively slim for a watch that boasts 100 meters of water resistance. It'll slide under most sleeves easily, unless you're wearing armor or something. Now the lug width is 18 millimeters, which opens up a world of strap swapping possibilities. Want to spice things up? You can absolutely fit resin straps from Casio or go wild with a NATO leather silicone or even a canvas strap from countless aftermarket brands. It's like a budget-friendly mod platform for watch nerds. And finally, the weight, just 43 grams. Yup, super lightweight. You'll barely feel it on your wrist, which makes it perfect for everyday wear, especially if you're the type who forgets they're wearing a watch until someone compliments it. So in summary, great dimensions, versatile strap options, and feather-light comfort, all bundled into a wallet-friendly package. Can't ask for much more at this price.
Wrist check.
All right, time for a good old-fashioned wrist check. Now you might be thinking, whoa, 43 millimeters. That sounds huge. But surprisingly, even with a 43 millimeters case size, this watch looks great on my modest 6.5-inch wrist. Yup, team small wrist, rise up. We're still in the game. It's not overly large or obnoxious. In fact, it sits quite nicely and doesn't feel like a frying pan strapped to my arm. The curved lugs and slim 12 millimeters thickness definitely help the watch hug the wrist better, giving it a balanced and wearable profile. The lug-to-lug distance of 49 millimeters helps keep it from overhanging the wrist, and the light 43-gram weight makes it feel almost invisible, which is a blessing if you hate the feeling of chunky watches swinging around like a pendulum. Honestly, this could be a great pick for anyone looking for a men's watch for small to medium wrists, especially if you want a clean, no-nonsense design without spending a fortune. So yes, even if your wrist is more on the petite side like mine, this budget-friendly timepiece wears just right, like it was custom-made by Q&Q's Tiny Wrist Task Force.
Crystal bezel case band. And case back check.
Now let's take a deep dive into the hardware, because the little things make a big difference, especially in a rugged budget watch like this one. Starting with the crystal, it's made of resin, which is pretty common at this price point. It does protrude slightly above the bezel, which looks cool, but also means it's a bit more vulnerable to knocks and scratches. A recessed crystal would have offered a bit more protection, but hey, we're not complaining too much for $11. Just don't go using it to open soda bottles, all right? Next up, the bezel. It's fixed, finished in black matte, and has this really nice rugged polygonal shape that gives it a bold tool watch vibe. It kind of looks like it means business, even if its business is just telling time. Around the bezel, you've got white markers at every 5-minute interval, including a triangle marker at 12 o'clock for orientation, and the rest are baton-style bars. It's clean, legible, and gives the dial a bit of that tactical, outdoorsy feel, perfect for that weekend warrior look. The case, just like the bezel, is finished in matte black. It feels surprisingly sturdy and well built. Definitely doesn't scream cheap plastic toy, which is a win. There's a medium-sized metal crown, and it even has some basic protection thanks to the integrated crown guards. It's not a screw-down crown, but again, remember the price tag and adjust expectations accordingly. Now the resin band. Okay, it's not the softest strap in the world. In fact, it's kind of stiff, hard, and tough, like it's been doing push-ups in the box waiting to be worn. But it does look and feel high quality, and I wouldn't be surprised if it outlasted a few budget Casios. It looks like two rubber layers have been fused together, giving it a thick and durable construction that feels ready for action. However, unlike many Casio straps, there are no markings or imprints on the band. No resin stamp, no model code, just clean and smooth, like it's trying to stay mysterious. The stainless steel buckle is a nice touch, and it even has the Q&Q logo engraved on it. That's a small but satisfying detail, especially at this price point. You don't always get branding on the buckle in the budget category, so this earns a few bonus points in the style department. Moving to the case back, it's made of stainless steel and is held down with 4 screws, which is always nice to see. It gives off a bit of a field watch meets diver watch vibe. The engravings include the Q&Q logo at the top, water resistant on the left, stainless steel back on the right. And at the bottom, you'll find 10 bar. That's 100 meters of water resistance and made in China. And right in the center, a cool boat or yacht emblem with the Q&Q logo inside it. It's like your watch is ready to hit the open seas, even if the only waves you'll face are in your kitchen sink.
Dial check.
Now, let's get up close and personal with the dial. Because honestly, this is where the Q&Q V30A-003VY really shows off. And for a watch that costs less than a movie ticket and popcorn, the dial design is surprisingly sharp, sporty, and packed with high contrast goodness. The dial base has a glossy charcoal black finish with a subtle sunburst effect, catching the light at certain angles. It's sleek, reflective, and adds a touch of visual depth. It still gives off that stealthy, tactical vibe, like a budget Navy SEAL watch, but designed for everyday civilians like us. Now let's talk our markers. Most of them are white circles, but the 3, 6, 9, and 12 positions are upgraded to rectangles for easy orientation. It's clean, logical, and makes telling the time at a glance super intuitive. But here's where the fun begins. Q&Q decided to throw in a splash of yellow accents at the 1, 2, 3, and 4 o'clock positions. These aren't just there for flair, they create a dynamic, sporty contrast against a darker dial and instantly draw the eye. It's like the watch is yelling, "Hey, look how cool I am," but in a tasteful way. There's also yellow precise minute tracks from 4 to 6 o'clock, and again from 10 to 12 o'clock, which adds some funky asymmetry to the dial design. It's a little quirky, a little edgy, perfect for someone who wants a unique sports-style watch that doesn't look like every other budget analog on the market. Now let's move to the hands, because they deserve their own spotlight. The hour hand is shorter and broader, a silver sword style with a hollow middle and a chunky Lume tip. It's bold, easy to read, and looks like it means business. The minute hand is longer and slimmer, also silver and hollow with a pointed Lume tip. It does the job, but don't expect it to light up the night. It's just enough to give you a rough idea in the dark. And then there's the second hand, a thin, fully yellow needle with a rectangular counterbalance at the tail. It glides across the dial with purpose and adds a pop of energy to the overall aesthetic. This is the kind of hand that makes even checking the time feel a little exciting. Branding is simple but effective. At the 12 o'clock position, you've got the Q&Q logo in bold white print, prominent but not overpowering. At the 6 o'clock position, you'll find WR10 bar, reminding you this thing can handle up to 100 meters of water, showers, splashes, and spontaneous pool dives included. And right below that is the model reference V30A-003VY, a little nod to the Movement and Case series, in case you're into collecting Q&Q's greatest hits. In summary, the dial design is rugged, modern, and unapologetically functional. With its mix of bold color contrast, legible indices, and just the right dash of personality, this watch feels like it's built for young, active users, or really anyone who wants a durable, entry-level analog watch that won't break the bank, but still looks like you put thought into your wrist game. It's a field-ready design with sport watch attitude, and at this price point, that's a rare combo worth appreciating.
Lume check.
Alright, time to dim the lights and see how this little guy glows in the dark. So yes, there is Lume on the hands, and technically that counts as a feature. But let's be honest here, the Lume performance is, well, let's call it symbolic. It exists, but just barely. Blink and you might miss it. You'll get a faint glow after hitting it with a flashlight, but don't expect it to light up your room or guide you through a blackout. I have to admit, it's got poor Lume. There, I said it. This isn't going to compete with Seiko's Lume Bright or even Casio's Basic Glow. But here's the thing, at just $11, can we really complain? I mean, You're getting a functioning analog sports-style watch with 100 meters of water resistance and a clean, unique design. The Lume is just a tiny extra, like the complimentary peanuts on a budget airline. So yeah, not the brightest bulb in the drawer, but we'll let that slide.
Water resistance check.
Now this is where the Q&Q V30A earns its stripes. This watch is rated at 10 bar, which means 100 meters of water resistance. That's seriously impressive for a watch in this price category. It's like finding out your budget microwave can also bake cookies. I tested it the classic frugal way. First, by running it under tap water, no issues at all. Then I took it up a notch and gave it a good soak in a sink full of water. I even swirled it around like I was washing vegetables. And guess what? It passed with flying colors. No fog, no water seepage, and the time stayed accurate. This thing is ready for hand washing, rain splashes, and maybe even casual swimming. Just don't take it deep sea diving, okay? For a budget-friendly watch with real-world water protection, the V30A-003VY seriously over-delivers in this department.
Final thought.
So, what's the verdict on the Q&Q V30A-003VY? Honestly, for just $11 shipped, this watch is punching well above its weight. You're getting a sporty, rugged-looking analog watch with a clean dial design, unique yellow accent flare, decent legibility, and a surprisingly good build quality. Sure, the Lume won't win any awards, and the strap might feel like it's been through boot camp. But when you factor in the 100-meter water resistance, solid case construction, and versatile 43mm size that even fits smaller wrists well, this watch becomes an absolute value beast. It's perfect for someone who wants a budget-friendly everyday watch, a reliable beater for outdoor use, or even a starter watch for younger enthusiasts just dipping their toes into analog timekeeping. It's not fancy, it's not flashy, but it's functional, durable, and doesn't look like it cost pocket change, even though it did. And honestly, that's kind of its charm. If you're looking for a no-nonsense watch that gets the job done without draining your wallet, the Q&Q V30A-003VY might just be your new frugal best friend.
And that wraps up this review, folks. If you enjoyed this unboxing and review of the Q&Q V30A-003VY, please consider subscribing to the Frugal Watchbox channel. It really helps support what we're doing here and lets me keep digging up awesome budget-friendly timepieces for you. Also, if you'd like to support the channel further, you can check out the Amazon affiliate links below, or even buy me a coffee. Both links are down in the description. Every bit goes a long way toward helping this small community grow. Thanks again for watching the Frugal Watchbox channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay frugal, stay stylish, and keep your wrist game strong.